Hey everyone, it's Mr. Burns from Casa de Burns. I want to do a little tutorial for the DBQ to give some of you a little bit of a little bit of information and a little bit of scaffolding to help you with your DBQ. If you're having trouble, you can always watch this video. There's going to be 3 of them posted. This is the first one, Introduction, and I'm also going to explain the essay on Google Classroom as well as a rubric. And then the second one, I'll talk about the body paragraphs, and the third one, I'll talk about the conclusion paragraph. Okay, so looking at this document that was shared with you on Google Classroom, it's called the Constitution Unit Mini-Q Essay. The directions are simple, but it basically gives you an idea of what you should have done first, written at the top where I'm circling, before you go to start your essay. You should have answered all the background essay questions, answered all the documents, done all the bucketing, and filled in your essay guideline. That'll all be part of your grade to make sure that those are done. Okay? Alright, scrolling down, there's our mini-Q task. And one of the most important things about a DBQ is to make sure that you reference the documents as you use information from them, as well as the background essay. So in the opening paragraph, if you use something from the background essay, make sure you write BE after the sentence. And then in paragraph 2, 3, 4, and 5, the body paragraphs, same thing, doc A, doc B, doc C, doc D, and then in your conclusion paragraph, make sure you reference, you might reference the background essay again, and then you'll probably choose one of those 4 documents to reference based on the answer to that conclusion question that we'll talk about later. So this is how your paragraph should be, your essay should be organized into 6 paragraphs. A little confusing on DBQ Online because the graphic organizer only provides 5 sections, but the section where it says paragraph 4, body paragraph number 3, you're going to include information for both of these 2 paragraphs in that one section on the online outline. Okay? Okay. And then that's where you'll write your essay starting here. Okay, let's go to the rubric. Okay, so the rubric's 2 parts. It'll be 2 grades in SIS. The first part is 25 points. It's the answers to the background essay questions and the answers to the 4 documents. 5 questions on each one, so 5 points each, 5 times 5, 25. This should be a slam dunk. You should be able to get 25 points or close to it just by completing the work and putting effort in and doing your best. Okay? The more difficult part of the rubric, of course, is the actual essay, which is 40 points. So this is MYP language. MYP goes with IB. We're an IB school, so we're trying to get more IB MYP language into our curriculum. So in this essay, you are communicating and you are thinking critically. And if you look here, communicate ideas with clarity, organize information. There's your ID in your documents and in your outline. List sources of information in a way that follows task instructions. There's your, make sure you label your background essay and documents it when you use those in the essay. Identify the main points or ideas, right? You're doing that as you write. Make sure you focus on the big picture and make sure you're defining key terms. And then use information to justify an opinion. That's going to be in that last paragraph. In your conclusion, you're going to choose one of the guards against tyranny and support why you think it is the most effective. Alright, so let's go on to DBQ Online now. Okay, let's talk about the introduction paragraph here. Okay, so when you are filling in your outline, you want to put the title in at the top. That's the title of the DBQ. And then when you go into the introduction paragraph, it provides you with 4 scaffolds: grabber, background, restate the question with key terms defined, and thesis and roadmap. So the grabber is just an introduction to the topic. So you want to bring in one of those key terms in this title and talk about maybe tyranny, or maybe what the Constitution is, or maybe talk about the fact that the founding fathers got rid of the Articles of Confederation because they wanted a stronger government that was a stronger national government that had some balance, it had some power for the states and national government and the 3 branches and all that. You might want to bring something like that in from civics, from our content that we've talked about. Don't simply just state the question. That's not a good introduction. All right, then you're going to go into the background essay, right? And you can find that by going here, or you can find that by going into your DBQ packet, handout number 4. And you want to discuss, kind of pull in a couple things from there that James Madison mentioned in the Federalist Papers, or some key ideas that you saw there, to kind of give a little background about the topic. So the Constitution and preventing one group or one person from becoming too powerful. And when you're referencing the background essay, here's an example right here. You shouldn't use this in yours, but that's how you would reference the background essay. You'd write your sentence, you'd write parentheses, BE, parentheses, period. Okay? You'd do the same thing for the documents when you get to the body paragraphs. Okay. So once you have a couple sentences on the background, provide a little background information, then you're going to create, then you're going to restate the question. But you're going to do this with the key terms defined. So remember, we did this on the whiteboard together. We talked about tyranny, we talked about guard, maybe even constitution. So this might be not just a question restated, but a question restated with those terms defined. And then your last sentence of the paragraph is going to be that chicken foot, that roadmap, where you state your thesis. And like I said in class, most of your theses will be very similar to that of your classmates, and that's okay. So your opening paragraph, okay, you got an introduction, you got a background, a couple sentences on that, restating the question, key terms defined, and a thesis and roadmap. You know, that you concisely do that in 5 or 6 sentences. Should be no problem if you do it in that order. Okay? All right. If you have any questions about the rubric or the introduction, ask me in class. Next video coming up is body paragraphs.